on Know Your Caribbean, they were talking about jab jab.
Yeah.
Do you feel that Grenadians should gatekeep jab jab? And are too many people explaining what it's about because there's been so much Black Christian backlash?
Yeah.
Like, is it overkill? But should there be gatekeeping?
What does gatekeeping mean? How do you gatekeep? What do you mean?
So gatekeeping, I would say what I was seeing from a lot of the Jamaicans in the chat was absolutely Grenadians, gatekeep your shit, because when it becomes exploited and capitalized, you guys get moved out and all of the corporates come in and take your stuff from you.
Yeah.
So I guess for some, this is seen as a breakout year. Like, my timeline has never been full of Grenadians like this ever before. So it's like, this is the beginnings. And I guess Jamaicans would know maybe a little bit more of how everybody then starts to come and take your culture. So I think that's the conversation of gatekeeping. I don't know how you gatekeep, but do you feel like that is a worry?
See, I've always known how wonderful Grenada is. Okay? And I've always enjoyed the fact that it isn't like that. A lot of the, it's not like Barbados.
Yeah.
It's not like Jamaica. The level of tourism is not the same. It's kind of like a little secret.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I want people to experience my island, and I want them to understand the traditions. But I do hear you, because I am fearful that with too much exposure, it will become like all those other places that we don't like, and it will get watered down. It's funny because some of my friends, Grenadian friends who lived there, they were a bit like, oh yeah, it's a bit different now. You can see how it's changing. And I was like, oh really? Like from last year even to this year, they were like, yeah, it's like it's getting a bit corporate in some places. They said that to me. So I was a bit like, so I'm not sure. In terms of like explaining jab, it's difficult because online there were so many people. Let's take Jessie Rue, for example. So she went, she did an amazing post about what happened and her experience actually doing jab, playing jab and all that stuff. And the amount of hate that she got.
Yeah.
So she felt the need to actually explain it. Mm-hmm. So I get it. And we have been doing that because it has been this whole rhetoric of, it's demonic. But it's not demonic.
Give the story, explain it.
Jab is resistance, is revolt against a system which have them as second class, which have them as the devil. So again, you have to understand the masquerade. Masquerade means portraying something that you're not. So remember, post-emancipation masquerade. So when we get dabbed in black and we put on our horns and whatnot, it's us satiring, it's us mocking the planters or the overseers or the oppressive force. Okay, we're black, okay, we're the devil, we're gonna get more black. And we're gonna chant you down, carry coffins. It's not dead to us, it's dead to a slave master. So you have to understand the vibe in it. So that's a big misconception.
It's an actual spiritual thing that ties us to our ancestors and what they went. When, what they did was they went into the streets and they greased themselves and they broke free of their chains and they did all of those things. So it's a cultural and spiritual celebration, and it means a lot. Like, to do it properly, it means a lot. It's like when I even did it in Notting Hill this year, I was making jokes with people when they were trying to throw powder at me, and I was like, jab don't mix powder, and we don't mix paint and powder. We don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what you do.
Yeah.
There's certain things, there's ways that there's acts of performance. The chains are very the chains are very symbolic. It doesn't have to be old oil. Over the course of periods of times, it's changed from one thing to another. I actually made for the very first time.
Yes.
I did my own oil.
Yes.
And I mixed charcoal with vegetable oil, as that's one way to do it. There's lots of different ways to express it. But it is such a spiritual thing. And in Grenada, when you're doing jab, Juve morning, you're doing jab, it's the entire street. So it's not like pockets of people. Yeah. It's the whole line. Oh. And and people are playing drums and people are listening to music. I'm getting quite emotional about it.
Yeah.
Because it is
I honestly want to experience it.
So I was going to say,
every time. Nothing like it.
Because jab before, I can't remember what year, I think definitely the year I did Juve here. Or whenever I started to take notice of it, I hadn't spoken to you about it before. And just because already black people and drums, black people and the beat, that's our language. Obviously, we used to speak with drums, so it's our language. So hearing jab, already I just saw it and I was like, yeah, there's an affinity.
Yeah.
So I can't even begin to imagine, because I like the feel, I like the jab sounds, like the songs that come with the jab sounds, and it resonates deeply.
When you see the people who are playing jab, like, seriously, when they will be in a line and they will have chains. They're all chained and they'll just be like chipping or down the road, like chipping. It's so spiritual because you know that in this place and time, this is what happens.
This is exactly.
It's not a demonic thing, and that is a Eurocentric idea. That it's demonic. They remember the reason why jab exists. It exists as an act of rebellion. Yeah. We were told that we were too black, so we're going to make ourselves blacker. We're too black for you. We're going to make ourselves blacker. You want it to hold us in chains. We're going to break free of chains. We're going to walk with the chains and show you. It's very spiritual.
I hate that.
And I'm a Christian. Do you know what I mean? Let's not forget that.
That's the same with Jessie Wu as well.
Exactly.
It's like,
that's
so
how she explained
people coming at her and it's like, do you not think that she would know what she's doing?
Exactly.
Really.
But also it's just a quick jump. The minute you see darkness and black and things and you don't take the time to figure out what the hell is going on. Because I think I saw a video. Oh God, where did they go? I think it's Earn Your Leisure and Lauryn Hill went to Benin.
Yeah.
And they were watching the cultural dances. And again, underneath, the Christians in the chat, oh, what is this? No, thank you, not my... I'm going to go... It's like, can you stop this kind of... this brainwash and then demonizing what was ours? Because we are the only people, when we're talking about religion, who have been displaced from our true religions. We have been imposed upon. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with adopting a religion. And we know everyone does that. But... we are the only people that have been uprooted from what we naturally used to practice.
But that's why jab is so important.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other traditions are so important. I've shown you shortly before and I said this resonates, not shortly, there's another, no, it is shortly. There's something that I've shown you before that is a tradition in Grenada that when you showed me what they're doing in Ghana, I was like,
that's what,
the funeral. Mad.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. And these are traditions that we, as when we were as enslaved, were not allowed to practice.
Yes.
So the very fact that we've been able to hold on to it, and there are pockets of people in these countries who ensure that these traditions are passed on and ensure that the knowledge of the reason why we're doing it is passed on as well, is amazing to me.
Especially at the time when in America, they're trying to erase and reset your history. And erase black people's contribution. We've had enough of the diaspora wars in your own country that you built off your backs. Trump is trying to erase everything that you ever catered to, that you ever did and built.
But in terms of the gatekeeping of the tradition, I understand it, but at the same time, I understand the need to explain it because it's not demonic. And I think people, and it's also not just about fetting and drinking and
it's more
reveling. It's more than that. If you're doing it properly, you know that it's more than that. And
maybe that's the aspect of I think that's the thing. I think that's the aspect of the gatekeeping is the bringing in of influencers. Makes it kind of go out into the world and you don't really know what the influencers are going to do with their platform, how they're going to explain it. So I understand a level of exploitation that can take place when you kind of commercialize culture.
Yeah.